What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here. In this one, we're going to be talking about Michigan player retention as the 30-day portal window following Jim Harbaugh's departure for Michigan players has closed, and Sherrone Moore and company did a great job of keeping this team together. Also, a former teammate of Sherrone Moore has high praise for him. Gonna be talking about that, plus the quarterback battle going into this upcoming season for Michigan and who is the projected starter right now, plus some NIL news for Michigan players as well as some recruiting news. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Right, so I first wanted to start this video by talking about Michigan player retention as the 30-day portal window for all Michigan players has closed following the departure of head coach Jim Harbaugh. And while many rival fans and other people may have thought that chaos was going to happen for Michigan would lose tons of players, they only lost one major player, and that was safety Keon Sabb, and he probably wouldn't have been a starter for Michigan on defense. So for Sherrone Moore and Michigan to get out of this 30-day portal window with only really one major player entering the transfer portal is so huge. I mean, not only did head coach Jim Harbaugh left, but the whole entire defensive staff left, and Sherrone Moore had to make a ton of coaching changes. Now obviously the portal will open back up for all college players in April, so it's going to be another bump that Michigan will have to get over to try not lose many players. But there are other teams that were trying to offer Michigan players some money to go there. There were rumors about Will Johnson potentially transferring to Alabama. His dad came out and denied that, though, basically saying that he was staying at Michigan, and those rumors were all lies. There are also rumors on defensive players like Mason Graham potentially considering transferring, but he did not transfer, and it looks like he will be staying. And I think the whole Michigan defense is all bought in running it back next year, because this defense, they are going to be another scary defense. A lot of talent returning. Coach Sherrone Moore did a phenomenal job of filling in the losses that we suffered on the defensive coaching staff. And I just really don't see any key or major Michigan player that will enter the transfer portal when it opens back up in April. So again, Sherrone Moore, all credit to him for keeping the players intact here. And so far, Sherrone Moore is off to a phenomenal start as the Michigan head coach. But the Michigan football team, they have also started winter workouts, and obviously we did lose Ben Herbert. However, according to Chris Ballas of the Wolverine, he said the players' respect for Sherrone Moore has gone a long way in keeping them together and has the continuity in the right weight room, and it is different under strength and conditioning coach Justin Trez. However, the workouts have been the same, and the guys are still seeing great results. Again, Justin, he was Ben Herbert's right-hand man, and obviously he doesn't have the experience that Ben Herbert has, but I think he will do a nice job in filling that Ben Herbert role here at Michigan. So let me know what you guys think about that, as well as Michigan keeping almost every player on the team and not really suffering too many losses to the transfer portal. I'm also hoping Michigan can go out when the portal opens back up in April and bring in some key pieces that they will need in the transfer portal. Probably going to need a cornerback. Hopefully we could try and get a big, tall wide receiver and maybe a couple more offensive linemen as well. I did want to talk about a former teammate of Sherrone Moore's, freshman, or was a freshman quarterback back in 2007, Keith Nickel. Sherrone Moore was a senior offensive lineman during that season for Oklahoma, and Nickel told On3 in the Wolverine that the thing that stuck out to me the most about Sherrone when he first met him was he's just one of those guys that's super welcoming. He's just one of those guys that has this big, bright personality and big smile. He also said that he has a high IQ, intense amount of care and desire to win, and highly competitive. And he also said where he's at as a coach doesn't surprise me at all. Recruiting is all about being attractive and personable and somebody that these kids can look up to or want to be like, and he has all of those attributes. He also said that the world is different with NIL and the portal now, so my hope is that the fan base is patient with him, because I know nobody is going to give it more effort, energy, and preparation and attention to detail than he's going to give you. So some high praise for Sherrone Moore from one of his former teammates. Pretty cool there. And I'd say right now Sherrone Moore definitely off to a fantastic start as the first year head coach here at Michigan. I also wanted to talk about a little bit of NIL news for some Michigan players, for all college players actually, as obviously EA Sports will be releasing the 2025 college football video game this summer, and it's been reported that each player will get $600 and a copy of the game if you opt your name in, and if you're a superstar and you don't opt in, EA is going to talk to those players and probably cut out a deal with them. But so far for Michigan, junior cornerback Will Johnson and running back Donovan Edwards are in the game, as they have both opted in already. There's been plenty of other FBS players that have opted in already as well, and this video game is getting a lot of hype. I can't wait to play the game. It should be exciting, but it's also some NIL opportunities for these college players to earn money, so pretty cool there. Just wanted to talk about that a little bit, and I also wanted to talk about the Michigan quarterback battle. Now, right now, according to the Michigan Insider, the projected starter seems to be Jayden Danielle, as they say he will get first team reps initially based on how he looked during bowl practices, but there's still a lot to be solved here. Obviously, Michigan will have Alex Orji, Jaden Davis, the incoming freshman. Also, they have Davis Warren and Jack Tuttle, who will be in his 7th year, as the NCAA did grant his extra 7th year here. So we got quite a bit of quarterbacks here in the mix for this starting quarterback battle. It should be really fun to watch, really interesting. Obviously, Michigan, their spring game is on April 20th, and spring ball will begin March 18th for Michigan, and we'll get our first look at the quarterbacks in game action come the spring game in April, which I'm sure will come pretty fast, as it always does. But let me know your guys' thoughts. Right now, many people believe that Jayden Danielle may have a slight edge to win the job, as he seems to be a better passer than the rest of the room, but we just have to wait and see. There's a lot of talent. Alex Orji has a cannon for an arm, and don't keep Jack Tuttle out of the mix either. I did want to end this video by talking about some recruiting news, and one guy I wanted to talk about is the 2025 3-star in-state edge Willie Fletcher from Martin Luther King High School. He's been a long-time target now for Michigan in the 2025 class. Now, Fletcher told Zach Libby of the Wolverine that it was shocking, but at the same time it wasn't, about all the coaches that left. I did say about the coaching changes that I don't think that plays too much of a big part. I just have to get to know the new coaches. And he said, I feel like Michigan will always be a powerhouse school, and he said he wants to see how a new defensive line coach Greg Scruggs operates. Right now, Michigan does lead on the recruiting prediction machine with an 82.8% chance to land him. So that's the latest on Willie Fletcher. And then I also wanted to talk about actually an ex-Michigan commit in the 2025 class, the 4-star cornerback Chris Ewald Jr. He told E.J. Holland of the Wolverine about his decommitment that it was a family decision. He said, I didn't want to get backed into a corner and keep waiting to see if Coach Harbaugh was going to stay or leave. Talking about Sherrone Moore, he said, I can see myself playing for him for sure. He's been there before, so it's really the same thing. He was also impressed with the Michigan defense this past season, and he said, I'm still going to consider Michigan. I can always go back if I want to, but obviously Michigan will have to put in a lot of work. They do have the new defensive backs coach Lamar Morgan, so maybe Morgan can go out and make a strong connection with Chris Ewald and get him back committed, but the work will be cut out for them. But with that, that's going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it. But other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.